Wood by Wright, and we are going to be having a good bit of fun today because we are at the MWTCA National Meet, and this is in Springfield, Missouri. So today we are doing the parking lot sale. So this entire parking lot here, you can see behind me, all of this is loaded with tools for sale. Now, Midwest Tool Collectors Association, it's a little bit of a misnomer, is that it is mostly the Midwest, but there are two meets that they hold every year that are the national meet, and this is one of the best places to buy hand tools. And so this is where I'm going to be going around today. Now, you do have to be a member to come to these meets, but you come here and you can buy just about anything you're looking for. Yeah, actually, I'm going to show you a couple 5.5s right here. I bought a 5.5 earlier. So there's one that came through here. So I'm going to show you as much as I can, and if you have any questions, go ahead and throw up here, and I'll try and answer those. I'm going to be showing a lot of tools, so I can't show the prices on everything, but if there's a key thing you have a question about, let me know, and I'll go back and take a look at it. So yeah, we're going to be wandering around here, and let's turn this around and start shooting this way. Hey, oh, turned around, wrong way. Back that way, there we go. That bald head looks beautiful. Well, thank you. So yeah, here's our first table, and we got a bunch of levels here, making sure you stay on the level. I bought one of these screwdrivers earlier, really nice, well cleaned up, and I needed a bigger one for taking off the lever cap because mine disappeared on me somewhere. I'm gonna level with you, yeah. Yeah, you're talking about 5.5s. Here's a 5.5, or KK 5.5. Now, this is a Stanley 5.5. This is a Stanley 5.5. Here's one of the interesting things. This is an 1/8 inch narrower than this one. When they first made them, they were a bit bigger, but then they shrunk them down just a little bit so that they use the same iron as the 6 and the 7. So there's a few 5.5s you're looking for. What's the going price? Well, the 5.5, these are nice, ready to go. $55, $40, $35, $55. So there's your price on 55s. Whole bunch of block planes here, a little bit of everything. Yeah, the rabbit planes, they never come with the depth stop and fence. Lots more block planes, Anyone collecting Campbell's products?
Yeah, you will. Buy from me first.
Oop, got more Campbell's stuff here. What was that comment? Sorry. Hey, yeah, I don't have my kids here with me today. They're in school, so oh well. I love these dig and dive boxes. You never know what you're gonna find in here. It's always something. We had a bit of rain come through here, so you'll see a bunch of things that are drying up. So we had about a half hour where everyone had to cover things up. Oops, sorry. Let's see what we got over here. Ooh, compass plane. This is actually one of my favorite compass planes. It's very, very simple, very, very easy, but very functional. And I really like those. Some of the older Stanleys may look a little bit better, but those are happier for me. Ooh, here's a 6A aluminum. Corner brace. This is so you can get right up against a wall here and you can crank it with that. Or this one's a slightly different design where it has the union joints there. Oh, I want to show you this breast drill here. Oh, check out this beast. Give you an idea of size. Whole bunch of braces. Let's see what we got over here. Ooh, oh, here we go. There's a brass brace.
If you're going to get it printed, I'll get it.
One of these days I want to have one of those in the shop.
Well, that's what I'm.
Maybe I'll make one though. It'd be fun to get a brass kit and make
I don't know what else.
a brace.
This has got a lot of info.
If you see anything you have questions about, throw them up here and I'll try and answer them or find someone who can answer them.
My printer. I don't use it
jeweler's tools or small lathes.
I'll let you get the rest of the stuff.
Yeah, so you can see we just did one little corner of this tiny this parking lot. Hey, a chainsaw. Actually, I do need a chainsaw. I wanted to get one of these little parts trays and put that on the bench. Just kind of beautiful. Braces, hammers. Howdy. Maps. Whoop, up, 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 the other way. There we go. Okay, here we go. Some more planes. There's a good old wooden skew. Rabbit plane. That's cool. Anyone want a toolbox? Tool chest? Wooden molding planes? Yeah, I bought a 5.5 and a 5 to restore that were really, really bad shape, so I want to actually do a video on restoring those. A lot of molding planes here. Sydney, Australia. Good to have you there. There is actually an Australian tool collecting association, and I have a link to it on the website handtoolfinder.com. Do I ever come across spare jaws to suit North Brothers and Stanley? I don't really come across many spare jaws. But if you go to handtoolfinder.com, there are a bunch of online tool sellers. And if I'm looking for parts, I just go down through the list of the online tool sellers. And usually one of them has the part that I'm looking for. And so I can, I'll go down through that list of online tool sellers and I'll ask them, hey, do you have this part? Hey, do you have this part? Hey, do you have this part? And I'm going to come across 2 or 3 people who actually have that, because there are a lot of the tool sellers that have these massive parts bins in the back that are, you know, the tools were too bad a shape to continue on, but they still have all the parts for sale. Whoop, get rid of that. Turn back around. There we go. So let's see. I love this because everyone just opens up their cars.
Okay, okay.
It has all these things for sale. Old Jack. Bunghole drill. So you'd use this for drilling out the bunghole in barrels. You drill your hole and then it would wire it and keep the taper in there. And you usually have marks or measurements running up the side to let you know the size and diameter. So you're going for a particular cork size. Hey, an apple peeler. If you saw hand tool rescue, he just did a video on restoring an apple peeler. Not as simple as this. He had one that was crazy overbuilt and really, really cool. I'm thinking about buying another tenon cutter, and I want to get one of these with all the holes. So we'll see. I'm thinking I might get that today because those are really fun to watch. Oh yeah, okay, you gotta check this out. So here's a big bit here, but then right beside it, there's this even bigger bit. And you can see how big these bits are. It just keeps going. I mean, look at the size of that thing. It is longer than I am tall. I've been told for dirt boring, but yeah, I mean, you really need to bore a hole. That's the one you use. So let's see, we got some chisels, some carving tools. Always love looking through the carving tools. Ooh, there's a nice little infill. Check out that shoulder plane. Oops, sorry. That's pretty. People say cheeky. Marbles, chisels. Okay, now what is that?
Rangefinder.
A rangefinder. Ah, okay. So that's one of the things I love about coming here is you always look at something and say, what is that? And there's always someone who knows. And it's a great way to learn about whatever. And actually pick up on things and learn the history because that's one of the things that the organization is great at, is the history and the study behind these, not just their simple use. So many cool things there. If there's something you want me to take a closer look at, let me know and I'll go back and take a look at it. Check out these.
St. Louis.
Okay, let's come on back around here. So if you are just getting into this, this is the national meet, and they hold 2 of these a year, one in the spring and one in the fall. This is the fall meet. And this is the best place in the world to buy hand tools. They're always in different places, usually in the Midwest, but sometimes we'll have one that goes out in another place. And there are also other collecting associations around the world, and I have a list of those on my website, handtoolfinder.com. So if you want to find an association that's near you, go ahead and look at that, handtoolfinder.com. But let's get back to these tools. Ooh, more molding planes and other wooden planes. Stanley 45, and is that in the box? Oops, sorry.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Oh, check that out. Doesn't get too much better than that. Now, I have one of these, and I'm trying to find. Mine is missing the sidewall, which is
the side plate.
Yeah, you're never going to find the side plate by itself.
That's tough.
unless you find one where this is broken, it still has the side plate. But
I have the first one that I got of those was missing the side plate. I mean, way back in the day, I was in the meeting, I didn't even notice it was missing. You know.
I got mine for, I think it was like $5, and you just can't go wrong for that. But
No.
still,
You never know.
yeah.
But that's how a lot of parts show up, is some were broken.
If you're going to the peach meet, I might be at the peach meet this year. Although I'm thinking I might skip the peach meet and then go to North Carolina instead. See if I can go to both.
I don't get that far east.
Check out this. This is for a shooting board, and Stanley makes an entire steel shooting board that this fits in and slides in. So one of these days, that's on my purchase list. But, so is number 1.
I can help you out on two.
Check this out.
Jim, did you never figure out?
Yeah, I missed the one that was earlier this month in North Carolina. I'll hopefully be coming back to that, going to the one that they hold in the spring. Because that one's been on my list for years. I want to get out there sometime. Beautiful scroll saw. Check out this thing. There's actually another scroll saw just around the corner. More boxes I want to come back and dig through. These are just fun because you never know what you're going to find. And you'll see a lot of the sellers who have, everything that's $5, everything in this box $3. Real rare tools and what is it? Bought and sold. There we go. John Whelan. Yeah, and this is one of the best places to make contacts. So if you're looking for something or collecting something, there's always someone here who's a collector.
Oh yeah.
And
It's a good sale.
a ton of information on everything. Ooh. Is that what I think it is? I don't know. That's cute. So yeah, every time I go through here, it's probably my 4th time through. Actually, no, it's the first time he's had tools out, but every time I come through, I find other things that I want to go back and look at. Love. That is pretty. What on earth is that? I don't know what you're talking about. Ooh, another shooting board plane. Oh, that is pretty. Huh. So that's where I want to come back and ask all sorts of questions when the live is done. So I learn more about hand tools here than any other place. Because you always just run across weird things that you've never seen before. It was in the last blocks. had all the ironwork. I don't know. I'd have to go back and take a look at it. Might do it a little later.
Well, this is the one everybody wants.
Beautiful plow plane. Yep, there's a number one. For those of you looking for one.
There's number one iron.
Yeah, number one irons even.
Hot. Thank you, man. You're welcome. Thank you. We'll be back later.
Yeah. Lee Nielsen. Yeah, one of these days I want to get a fence and just show it off. I really don't have a huge need for one, but they are fun. You can strap that on the side of a plane and set it up to a particular angle so you can ride along the fence. Let me see, what was their comment? How much for that cigar spoke shave? Oh, let me see. I think it's, is it missing? Nope, it's all there. He doesn't have a price on it. Sorry, right here. I have the Miller's Falls version. I really like that one. It's one of my favorites. Stair saw. Several combinations. Draw knives. There's the word. Another 45. Want some clamp screws? Yeah, it's hard not to get addicted to spoke shaves. Yeah, here's another scroll saw here. The Star.
Jim, you gotta make
That is pretty.
Buy it or sell it.
It's hard to,
Check out that miter stand. That's kind of interesting. So each of the back plates move independently. That is kind of interesting. Here's a Stanley box with levels. Rule, not levels, weights. Stanley rule and level.
And that is a robot now.
If there's anything you want to see, let me know. I'll try and take a look at it. Might go back to that box and try and find the one with the ironwork.
Yeah, we do.
National rope.
45s go for all sorts of different prices, anywhere from like $40 for one missing a bunch of parts up to $250 if it's in the box and everything. So you never know what you're gonna get.
We had something like 18 inches.
Like, let's see what this one is.
Yeah, we didn't have that much.
125.
We had heavy rain.
Whole roll of cutters.
And we've had a bunch
Pretty decent shape, actually.
this year, this last. Well, Sunday I got.
And one of the nice things here is that most people will wheel and deal, and so if you see something you're really interested, make an offer. Pick up that ads. So here's a set, bunch of chisels, axes, bunghole. Okay, what is that?
That is a whip holder, buggy whip holder.
Oh, okay. Huh. Learn something new.
Probably in a gym store, possibly.
Huh. Now, there's a lot of weird displays that you can also find. There's people who just collect displays. You never know what you're going to find here. Always interesting things. Hey, from Israel. Just drove through Springfield, yeah. The next one is actually in Green Bay, Wisconsin, and that's in June. And I'm probably going to be talking at that one. I think I'm going to have a tool demonstration. Hey, measuring chain, surveyor's chain. Bunch of traps. Lots of things to still put out. Let's see, what else does he have in here? Oh well, lots more to come out. Okay, so we've done one aisle all the way in and out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 1/5 of the way through so far. Um, and this is what I love coming here. It's just there's so much to see. Yes, it's a prop. um, yeah, I had to go back to that. So let me flip back around to this.
Yeah.
These tool meets are just so much fun.
Let's see what else we got. That's your usual stuff that-
Oh, we got an infill over here. Man, building an infill is high on my list for a long time. One of these days, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
Really, really want to, but I haven't yet.
Well, here's one.
Some Stanley bedrocks. I'm allowed to spend as much as I can hide from my wife. Let's just put it that way. Now, I usually pull out a couple $100, but the last couple times I actually haven't spent that much money because most of the tools that I need I have already, and so I'm more or less looking for tools that are interesting or fun to show off. I'm not as much looking for users as much as I used to, though I have started collecting a few things. And so anytime I see a spill plane, it's like, ooh, I want that spill plane. Sorry, flip back around. Come across any decent number 8s? Yeah, actually there's one just back here on this table. I've seen probably a dozen to 15 number 8s. There are quite a few of them.
And I find that at auctions, the women are competing
Plow plane blades.
as much as the men are. They
Oh, check out this joiner.
make jewelry,
Wooden sole
makeup
with
boxes.
the steel top plate. Who made that?
I believe that's a wore out patent.
Oil? That is pretty.
1857, I want to say. That's a big one. That came out of Phil Whitney's. Phil passed away about 2 months ago.
Did he? I knew that.
Yeah, he was real sick with He had had a piece taken off his face
Molding
a
planes.
couple years earlier, and when he went in for a full
Any 10 and a quarter? Yeah, I think I saw one. We might be coming up against one a little bit here. Keep an eye out. Oop. Hi. What's the price for that big joiner? Oh, this big thing is it's a patent plane, so they're expensive. $550. But it's a collector piece. You wouldn't want to use that thing. I mean, you could, but there are better joiners than that. Oh, I love these. This one has seen better days. Wow. Broke the whole nose off it. So it's cracked there. Looks like they've brazed on aluminum. That is one slop of a job, but I bet it still works pretty well. Everything in the box, 20. Everything in the box, 25. $10 each.
And I'm always getting mixed at the $50, $55 level, you know.
And I have two, and I finally just I want one. It's $20. I'll live with it.
And so you applied that.
You live, Jim?
Yep, we're live right now.
You applied that.
What are
once you have
7s and 8s going for? It really depends. With 7s and 8s, there's such a wild range of collectability and function. You might find a 7 or 8 in poor condition that just needs to be restored. You might find it for as low as $25-$30. But one that is up and running and good to go but doesn't look perfect, you might find for $60-$65. One that is in great condition, pristine, looking nice, $100 to $200 depending upon its collectability. So that's what most of them are. All tools on this table, all tools, this side of table, $5 each.
Go ahead, pick them up.
All planes, $5 each. I might come back and pick up one to restore.
That might be an old Vaughn and, is that a Vaughn and Bushnell or mid-pipe? Looks like it.
That's what it's looking like.
Might be worth it for the body.
Clips iron.
Clips iron. I don't know what the origin of a lot of this stuff is.
Yeah.
You know? After 35 years of collecting, you know, it came, you know, helter-skelter, right?
Way cheaper than Facebook Marketplace. Yeah, usually.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so if you want a plane, most of those would turn into really nice users.
Into decent users, yeah. Yeah. Decent.
Oh wow, that's slick.
This, yeah, original handle too. Actually, this is the good one. You'll never see another one. This is blacksmith made, and look at the work on that. You know, and here's how you tell old versus new slicks, right? And I don't have my old one, my Pliny Merrill. But a lot of times, one of the ways you can tell the slicks is by the slope on the shoulder, right?
Uh-huh.
The earlier ones have a very gradual, tapered slope, right? And where you're from, Illinois, and you very well know the more recent Greenlees, right?
Yeah.
And they have very square shoulders. You can see they're machine formed, right?
Yeah.
So this one here, as you can see the socket. This is another thing. This is the second thing that I use to denote old slicks. The socket is curved, right? So it's not a straight comb.
Yeah.
So that's a hand forged, and it's a hand forged blade too. And look at the tool steel on this guy. It's good. It's good. Not priced yet, but you're here to kick tires, right? So I'll price it after you go.
Thanks for the info.
Yeah, sure.
See, that's why you got to come to these meets. There's a crazy amount of information.
The film full of bullshit, right?
Have never seen a live 8 in the wild. Yeah. How much is the broad axe, please? Let me go back and take a look. There's quite a few of them here. So I don't know which one you're looking at. 79, 79. Okay, let's see what we got over here. Yeah, if you're ever looking for old history, looking through some of the old history, the books as well as old catalogs, see advertisement what the sellers were originally selling things for. This is the second one of these I've seen here today, missing the second cam. Cams are all disappearing. More grab boxes. Marking gauge. Oops, sorry. Out of the camera shot. Marking gauge. Leather strap. Parts bin. Looking for a parts for a particular plane? Here you go. Yeah, there are literally people who will travel all over the world to come to these meets because they're just, you can't find a lot of these things other places, and oftentimes the prices are completely fair, if not phenomenally good. Very rarely do you find things that are overpriced. There's a beastly brace drill, not brace drill, breast drill. There we are. Hiccup.
They were open this morning.
Oh, this is a boring table. Check that out.
Dark and they were ready.
Love these massive auger bits. A lot of these come like this without the handle, so you can shape a handle, put a nut on it. Cabinet scrapers, block planes. Bucket o' chisels, dig through there, have fun. More molding planes. There's another half of one of these aisles.
We're in the jail now with addicts.
$10. That was a great price on that thing. Another apple peeler. Pencil sharpeners.
boot jack, boot pullers.
Ah, that's cool.
Cool. Just bought it.
Corn cleaner,
Corn sheller.
Corn sheller.
corn sheller.
Corn sheller.
Check out this boot jack with the
Jack.
handle on it. That's kind of cool. Handle.
I can't get those apart.
Ah, there's another whip display.
Buggy whip
Yeah,
holder.
there we go. There we go.
Or rope winders.
Oh, man, something
Yeah.
stuck in my eye.
You want to leave it here?
Ah, sorry
I
about that.
see they right over there.
Let's see. Oh, I love this. The iron holder, so you can roll out a
String holders, yes.
ball in there.
Yeah. They would hang these up and then pull a string right out of the bottom.
Oh, I love these pencil sharpeners. Check this out. This is actually
Watch it rotate as you're sharpening the pencil.
it shaves the pencil and rotates it all at once.
Pet in 1906.
That is cool. How easy to come by our dovetail molding planes. Those aren't very common. The dovetail molding planes they're not very common, but usually you can find them for $5 to $10 if you go digging through a box. You'll come across them. Saws. Most of these have been cleaned up and are pretty much ready to use. Let's see, what kind of prices do you have? 45, 40 bucks. Yeah, those are pretty much ready to use. More axes. Draw knife. Another tinning cutter. Chisels and carving tools.
Well, there's wire in there.
Oh yeah, I missed the rope maker back there. Window plane. So you can adjust it for the different size of window moldings.
Yeah.
Compass plane.
Well, that's what I bought was the days.
112 cart scraper. Ooh, let's check out this saw over here. Oh, someone on the way. We'll come back to that in a moment. There's always someone hanging on. Here we go. Ooh, a jackrabbit. Stanley 10. Oh, here, I want to see this. Check out this blade. That is a huge blade for that thing. That's kind of cool. That is pretty. Someone had fun making that thing. Curly oak, or maple. Cooper's hovel. This is an unsquare. Sorry, the autofocus seems to be going wild. How much for that jackrabbit? Let's see, that was
See, this is a set of Jenscos,
150.
but they've got the fish on them.
Norway. Ooh, yeah, I haven't actually found many good places to buy hand tools in Norway. If you know of any, let me know. I'd like to put them on the map. Bellows. Okay, there we go. That was the end of that row. So we're now 2/5 of the way. Oops, sorry, the button again. Turn, turn, turn. There we go. Hey, there's my face. See, this is the pretty part. Who wants to look at tools when you can look at my face? So we're 2/5 or 2/6 of the way through, and I am having an absolute blast. I already bought 2 planes and a screwdriver, but I'm probably gonna be going and getting a few more things. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Let's see what we got here. So we've got a whole other row here, and there's still some people who have tables that just haven't put anything out yet. I think some people were afraid of the rain that came out earlier, but most people have their things out now. Wait, what is this? Tool line reel. No. Trout line reel. Oh, that's a cool. Do you have the pawl and gear reel up in there? Spring scale. scratch stock. There's a couple saw vices. Saw sets, spring scales. There's a fro and mallet. Hello from Thailand. Good to see you.
Well, it makes sense.
Oh, check out the grinder.
No, I get the concept completely.
45. Or,
Yeah. Okay. Good. Thank you.
want some shears? Come around this way. Yeah, here you go. Saw sharpener. Glad someone knows what saw goes in that saw sharpener. Another big box. Is this before the inside show? Yeah, so Thursday we have this out here in the parking lot, and this is usually the cheaper things. They're not quite as collectible. Things that are just like, yes and no. And then you go inside tomorrow, and tomorrow the things are a little bit more collectible. Ooh, I might come back to that. That's nice. Block planks, anyone? Anvils? Come around this way. More anvils. Yeah, he has all sorts of plane parts. So if you're looking for particular parts, this is, you never know what you're going to find. Hammers of all kinds. Hello from Australia. How's it going down there? Just about nighttime for you. We're early in the morning here. Warranted Superior dovetail saw.
Okay then.
Some more hand planes. Number 3s. Scrub. Is there a 2 in there? Oh yeah, there is a 2 in there. Look at that.
Oh.
I was watching him on the computer
Hello from Sweden.
Tuesday night.
Here's a question for all those who've been. How do you find the exact time and address? Well, if you want to come to these meets, you have to be a member. This is a members-only thing, and that way we can get around the tax code and other things like that. There's all this insurance things. So you have to be a member to come to these meets, and so anyone who is a member gets an invite. And so that's how you find out about it. But if you go onto their website, MWTCA.org, it's complicated to get there. It's not the best set up site for that type of thing, but there is a listing of all of the times and the city that they're in, not the actual location, but you have to kind of dig through the website to get to those. So most of them are held annually. All the local ones are held annually. The national ones are in different places every year, and there's one in June and one in September each year. But yes, you have to be a member to come to these. But there are other associations around the world. So if there are no meets from the MWTCA near you, you can go to other ones. Like the Pacific Northwest Tool Collectors. I went to theirs last year. I might go to their national next year. They have some really cool displays out there. Oh, this one is cool. We had this down at the Peach Meet. Fireman Memorial Axe. Sorry, I think I missed a few. Have you seen any square body Pearson routers? I have not seen one of those yet. There's probably going to be one of those inside tomorrow. Hello from France, Mexico. But if you want to find a collecting organization near you, go to handtoolfinder.com. On there I have a list of all the organizations that I know of, quite a few around the world. But on handtoolfinder.com I also have other places, and every place I know of to buy hand tools, location and online. Stanley 48, swing arm, tongue and groove plane. So one way it will cut, like this way it's cutting the groove. You spin the fence around and it'll cut the tongue. So you can get a matching one on there. There's a router plane. Old Stanley 71. $95. Why does he have 45 on there? Oh, up there. Hi. More plane parts. Now we're doing a live video. Got people all over the world right now. Mexico, Sweden, Australia. Letting people know why they should join.
That's right. Good idea. Take a break. Good idea.
Cool. I'll be back around a little bit. Corner chisels. You still picking stuff up for members? Yes, if you are a member and you contact me ahead of time, I'll try and look for things. I can't always, as I tend to be doing busy with camera things, but if I remember it, yes, I do pick up things for other members and we'll ship you out. I only do it for members because this is a members only event, and so if you are a member, I can generally do that. There we go. Sorry, trying to read the comments at the same time.
Yes.
What?
Bring it to attention.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
I'm trying to figure that one out. That's interesting.
To go in the what's it, huh?
Something. It's something.
Very astute.
If anyone out there is a jerk, here you go. My brother was a soda jerk for a while at Steak and Shake, so I was thinking it might. Yeah, that would be something fun to get him. Yeah, I'm thinking about going back to the Peach Meet this year, though I might not go to the Peach Meet and instead go to North Carolina because I've been wanting to go to that one for a while. I was hoping to go to it this fall, but it just didn't work out in time. So we'll see. Oh, here's an interesting one. Check this out. You can turn your hammer into an adze. Is that nifty or what? Originally, $1.75. Oh, let's see. We got a bunch of things over here. Slide by you. Some plow planes. Oh, check this out. This is an old brace, and it was fairly common to make your own wooden brace, and then the bits, you would make your own bit. So this was a wooden shaft that would then fit into whatever your wooden shape was. And it even has this retention in here. You can see the spring back in here to hold it in place. So yeah, someone made this themselves, and so they'd have all their own bits that they'd make a set for that. Spoon bit. Plow plane fence. Oh, there's a cool marking gauge. Oops, sorry, missed a comment. 4 levels. This table is definitely level. Saws. Check this one out. This one has all of the square. See, the back on this is straight, and you can put it up on here and have it at different angles, so you can actually use it as the your angle, your square. There it is, or on the square. Cooper's spoke shave. Powerful magnet. Oh, wow. Check out this piece.
I think that's about it. You might look in this stuff down. Oh, here I got this.
Oh, that is
you probably
pretty.
got one of these though.
That is really, really pretty.
The veterinary
Oh, someone had fun with this chest.
horse. Here's a kind of an odd
That is cool. Love to try and make something like that someday. Some vices, actually vice editions.
well, it's missing. I don't know. It looks like it's
Huh.
tied together, but it's all there.
Wow, that's like all in one. Vice, anvil, pipe clamp. Huh. Big old joiner. Actually doesn't need much. Sharpen it, clean the sole, and you'd have a joiner. $50. So many fun things here. Okay, let's see what we got over here. Catalogs. So we have all the old catalogs. Ooh. Oh no, that's pretty. Huh. Trying to catch up on them. Hammers, wrenches, more planes. Well, now that's interesting. Craftsman. 55, 40. Let's see, what do we got? More hammers, wrenches. I do want to get one of these charts to put in my shop sometime. Maybe I'll come back and grab that. They're always nice. Let's see, what do we got? Walking a bit more. Oh, there is one more in this lane. Yeah, if anyone has any questions, go ahead and throw up here. I'm trying to read through the comments and catch up on those. If there's anything you want to see particularly. But, ooh, here we got some fun things. The Stanley, and this is one of the things why some people say, ooh, you've got to get a Stanley. Well, eventually they started going downhill, and this one's kind of this maroon burgundy, but it's got the plastic knob and plastic handles. I mean, yes, it's functional, but you can get better planes for cheaper price. Nice block plane. Coffin. Lee Nielsen spoke shave. Here's clamp. The new Stanley Sweetheart. There's a big old joiner. Check that beast out. I mean, that's a big joiner too, but that one's even bigger. Spoke shave. Is this one a toothing plane? It is a toothing plane. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay. I'm probably going to come back for that one. Been talking. Oh, there's another one here, right in front of my face. Look at that. I keep talking about getting a toothing plane and showing how they work. Probably going to come back. How much for that Sweetheart low angle? $110. Stanley Handyman. Yep. Brace a bit set. Am I starting to lag? Sorry, I never know what the internet connection is going to be when I'm outside. Sometimes they're great and sometimes they are not. And it's even worse when I go inside, so you never know what the internet connection is actually going to be. So sorry for that. If I had a better system for doing it, I would. And I've thought about getting a actual backpack set for it, but it's around $3,000 for the equipment, plus about $500 a month for the cellular connection. So yeah. All right, we're about to go through the next aisle, and this one's got quite a bit here. Yeah, I've been talking about, can you trust a secondhand straight edge? How could you check at a meet? Well, most all squares are going to be out of square, and you can adjust them and fix them. So if there's a problem with it, then you can adjust it. Veneer work is really where they shine, but there's a lot of other places. Anytime there's high figure wood, toothing plane works really well. Sorry about that.
I'm addicted to YouTube.
But how much were some of those shooting board planes going for? I don't remember. I think it was, I want to say 150 for that Stanley shooting board plane. I'd have to go back and take a look at it. Spoke shaves. More planes. Chisels. Cabinet scrapers. Sandvik. Anyone need marking gauges? Yeah, shooting board planes tend to be kind of collectible. There weren't that many made of them, and so the price is a good bit more than other planes. But they vary wildly depending upon collectability. It's actually a really nice brace, $10. Let's see what we got over here. Plow plane. Lots of plane parts. Up. There we go. Plane parts. $75 for all three. Well, that's kind of cool. Yes, this is live at the in Springfield, Missouri, at the MWTCA national meet. So today we are actually out here in the parking lot, and in the parking lot we get to walk through it, and you start to see here. You tend to see a little bit more of the rusty things, more of the user quality, a little bit better price in the parking lot. This is on Thursday of the national meet, and then tomorrow, Friday and Saturday, we go inside, and inside you find a lot more of the rarer collectible things that people just don't want outside in the weather. But I mean, you will still see a lot of this going back inside as well. All right, let's get back to this. I'm in Lamar, Missouri. Oop. Turn. Well, then I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Come up and say hi. There you go, beam drill. Ooh, with the extra bits. Check that. The box O combination planes.
Parts and pieces.
Looking for that weird piece that you just can't find anywhere? You should have come. Here's a bunch of combinations.
And those are pretty much all there.
55, 45, 50.
46, 55.
Oh, 50. There you go. 50, 46.
The 55 is very complete. And
That is such a pretty plane.
our plate money is. And if you do any work on old furniture that has fancy
You
molding,
don't want the old irons?
that's the way to do it.
So if you're looking for all those individual irons, $8 each.
You need a new plate?
A yellow or 15.
Here's a little number 103 missing the back to it. But it still works.
Some transitionals. A lot of people really like transitionals. They're kind of a fun plane. How's it going?
Will that fit your one you're looking for?
Machinist tools,
It doesn't have the
calipers, or what do they call it? death micrometer. There's the word.
Don't I have another one?
Not caliper.
No.
Caliper. Micrometer.
No indicators.
Oh, that's cool with the magnifying glass on there.
I have a whole bag full of
A what?
clinometer
Oh, for incline. Oh,
For doing very precision angles.
Well, I had a
that is cool.
bin full this morning of parts, just blades, and I just think here's anybody. They look like a bunch of chickens scratching it. Fits out there in their
Oh, here we go. I want. I don't have the money today, but yeah, this is a dowel maker. So you make your square dowel, whatever size this is, and then you feed it in through here. You feed it in through here, and the dowel can keep on going through it. It's hollow all the way through, so you can actually create the dowel however long you want, as opposed to a tenon cutter, which is only as deep as the tenon cutter goes. Bedrock 608. Is that a king cutter? No. Stanley. Number 8. Ooh, oh, those are slick. Oh, those are slick too. Now here's an interesting one for you. Take this around here. You ever see an aluminum handle? They actually made these as replacements, so if you broke your handle, you could order a replacement aluminum handle, which won't break quite as easily. 33 bucks. Let's see what we got over here. Measures.
It's free. Jeez, that's what someone said. If there's no price, it must be free. Hey, but
Wooden braces.
so you must
And you can see with the shop-made bits, the bit holders.
The guy that I bought it from bought tools from. Actually, I bought it from.
Always hear some of the best stories here.
But when he bought it, he also bought
Saw handles.
and it's marked I white from the same place.
So they're a pair.
Well, I don't know that. It's easy. But
Books with background.
I want I would break them up, but that's if I could authenticate,
Find all sorts of things here.
it'd be pretty cool. Because he's known for
Stanley 60s.
not throw. He might have been a blacksmith also.
Measuring tools. Just don't get the trends.
Well, I'll put it this way.
Yeah, the aluminum handles are very cold in the winter. 150 years, Stanley. For the 150th anniversary, Stanley made a bunch of anniversary tools that have become semi-collectible. Here's some cool things.
No,
Look at
that was one of the tools I got with that
Pin through it each way.
Flame.
You know, would you happen to have a 50?
Yeah, I got
That is interesting.
Give you a 50.
Marking gauges come in so many different shapes and sizes.
Realize that I didn't.
You never know what you're going to find next.
well.
What is this? What is this?
Yeah. Two.
Automatic screw. Oh, pencil sharpener.
I gotta go set up real quick so I can get my stuff
Huh.
on camera.
Pencil sharpener.
It's got the original
Ooh,
price on
an A78, aluminum 78. I think I've only seen one other of
it. They're
these.
pretty good.
That's kind of
I think
cool.
that's the original one.
That is really cool. 80 bucks.
Probably threw the box away.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got over here. There's a whole bunch of tape measures. There are a lot of people out there who collect tape measures, especially the advertisement tape measures. And so you'll find them all different price ranges, from $5 a piece on the table to $10 on the table, $10 on this table. If you're looking for a tape measure, there you go.
We're around. This is the pipe
This driveway is level.
in the floor. And it would stove you from, it would,
Oh, you're fine.
oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Stovepipe would help heat you. But it would keep you from getting too close. Well, no, it was decoration, but it also allowed warm air to come up through the floor, from the first floor. So in the summertime, you put the stovepipes down and leave them out in the cup.
Now here's more of these
And you closed it.
shop-made bit connectors and brace.
That's right. There was usually a fancy color that
Living in Michigan.
and then they went yeah, and then the wall, a lot of times.
What's the fat wood plane?
But see, this one doesn't.
I don't know what you're talking about with the fat wood plane. Let me come back here and take a look. The fat wood plane. Yeah, I don't know what you're referring to. Sorry. Let's see what we got back over here. Yeah, these are interesting. These are called center bits. And if you look at, the point is actually off center, and that's because this this spur point actually comes out farther than the cutter, and so you'd have a spur that would come around and score the outside, and then in the other half of the pass you'd have a cutter that would come through and clean it out. And those were very, very common at one point. But yeah, the tips on these were often triangular, so they were interesting to sharpen. So rather than having a lead screw, you actually had to push these into the wood. So as long as you kept them sharp, they did pretty well. Marking gauges. Oh, the transitional plane. Oh yeah, there was a transitional plane back here. Let me come and take a look at that.
That's part of it.
This one. What is it?
Scrub now.
Cage plane.
What you got in your pocket there?
Metal plate on top.
What you got in your pocket? It's the one basically he didn't get.
Let's come on back over here.
Brought it home and I compared
So
it
we'll
to
see.
the
I don't even know
one
who did
that I
it.
had.
I don't know.
Two.
Well, I used
Hammers, hammers, hammers.
Master do anything other than
All sorts. Oh, this one I want to show you. This is kind of cool. This one has this incredible grain in the steel.
I had to put an eye.
Focus, focus. There you go. I love that grain showing up.
That's what that is. Yeah, you know.
Oh, here's parts to a post drill. Wrought iron. Yep. It's hammer time. Yes. Okay, here we got some stuff here. Number 2. Yes, kind of number 2. 210. For good number 2, that's actually not a bad price. Another scratch stock.
Similar to this.
No scratch in it. Saw set.
I would actually use it, but
Rounded squirrel tail.
that's kind of what I know. I think I've owned it for a month.
Whole bunch of rabbit planes. Sorry.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I know about.
Corner chisels.
Yeah, Chesney Park.
Anyone need sandpaper tubes? Let's see what we got over here.
That's pretty much it. I mean, this does.
Belt-driven grinders. Stanley 55. Let's see if there's a price on here. He doesn't have a price.
I think the ones that I
What price on the 55? Pipe fitter, tool chest. Let's come on over here. Got a few rare.
No, a lot of different stuff. A lot of different stuff. You betcha.
Okay, I think we have one more aisle to go down, so we're getting close to the end. There's a reason why the 55 is called the king of hand planes. Oh, he left. I was going to show off over here. He had one more table. But there's a couple more tables here, and I think we're pretty close to done then. So let's see what we got here. Box of saws. Looking for hand saws. Oh, check this out. This is a no, it's a multi-tool, but you could have all the different jaws that you can then install onto it. So anything from regular pliers to snips. Really cool. Is that an aluminum hander? Yeah. When you don't want to bang up the steel, use an aluminum handle. Cabinet scraper.
I knew the middle sized one was smaller.
More marking gauges, wrenches, mandolin cutters, molding plane.
Multi-tool?
Here's another one of those Craftsman Funkos. I can't remember what they called it. It was the... we'll get it later.
Hinsdale.
Hinsdale. So many things to learn. Okay, here we got some cool ones. Yeah, it's coming around this way. If there's anything you want me to go back and take a look at, let me know, because I'm getting close to the end here. We can go back and look at things. Yeah, there was actually one guy who had a whole box of files and rasps. So, chisels, compass plane, some more Stanleys, another compass plane. Man, that thing is pretty. Although, personally, I'd much rather that one over that one. They'll both do the same thing, but that one's just a little bit simpler and less funchy, less issues. This side adjuster is a bit fiddly. I made a really fancy dice tower.
There's a nice little number 2 with the decal on it.
Oh, with the decal still on it. 250, that's not bad at all. Does that have the toothing cutter in it? Ooh.
Yeah, it's got a toothing blade in it.
I'll be back to look at that one here in a minute. So I think that is about it. That was the last table that we had here. So if there's anything you want me to go back and take a look at, yeah, this has been the National MWTCA meet on Thursday. So every Thursday they have a meet like this where you can go and you can find some really good deals. But then tomorrow and Saturday it goes inside, and we'll be having the tool sale in there. And so that's where you find a little more of the collectible things, a little more of the rare items. This is one of my, but there are local meets all around the U.S. and other countries where they're not quite as big as this, but you can usually get just about as good a selection. And they tend to be, well, they're more local, so they're a little easier to get to, and they're also held every year in the same place in most of them. So yeah, I think that's about it. Unless anyone has any last minute questions, but I think I'm going to wrap this up. So yeah, this has been a lot of fun. And if you're coming tomorrow, come up and say hi. We'll be doing a live tomorrow morning as well, showing the inside. So if you want to see those tools, we'll go there. Let's see, one last comment. I'm going to have to cut some data down the middle. Is there an easy way Is there an easier way than just by hand? Well, if you have a rabbet plane with spurs on the side, that makes it very easy to cut dados. But honestly, most of the time I just do it by hand. I'll saw either side and then come in with a chisel and router plane and clean it out. That's my generally preferred way of doing it. San Antonio. There is actually a Midwest Tool Collectors meet in Houston, so a good ways from San Antonio. But if you don't have a meet near you, contact the Midwest Tool Collectors and set one up. We're really just looking for someone on the ground who can organize a location, and the Midwest Tool Collectors can do all the advertisement and get people to come out to it. We just need someone who can set up the location. So if you're up for that, you can have one really close to you. Yeah, hopefully Sarah doesn't find out what I spent. Actually, I haven't spent much. I bought 2 planes that I got for $20 total, and I bought a screwdriver for $5. I'm probably gonna go back and get one of those $25 toothing planes. We'll see. Thanks for the tour. Yeah, if there are local meets near you, they usually send out email notification as well as a mail notification. However, if you go on to MWTCA.com, you can see a list of all the locations. It's just hard to get to. You go to the main page and you have to go to tool meets, and then there's a section for the national and a section for the local. And either of those sections you have to go to another link that then takes you to the listing of all of the locations for the events. So, 55, almost new condition. Yeah. So I think that's about it. I'm going to wrap this up, and until next time, have a wonderful day. Now I get to play the game of find the button because it's a little different here. Exit. There.